Have you considered moving to Hawaii but not sure if that's the right move for you? You might want to keep watching and I will tell you 6 reasons why you might want to reconsider moving to Hawaii. So Hawaii's been a favorite vacation spot for people all around the world for decades. It's known for its tropical and balmy weather all throughout the year and laid-back lifestyles. And for people of Japan, it's been a favorite wedding destination for decades. And for other people like Canadians and other people from cold countries, they love flocking to Hawaii during the cold, bitter months so they don't have to shovel snow and worry about bundling up when they go outside. So we all know that Hawaii is a beautiful place to visit, but living here is a totally different thing. So let's go over the 6 things that you might have or might not have known about Hawaii that may be a total deal breaker for you to consider moving here to Hawaii. Number 1 is the homeless problem here in Hawaii. So per capita, which is per every 10,000 people, we have a rate of 44.6%, which is super high. It's even higher than the per capita rate for California for homeless people. It's not uncommon for you to see people pushing carts, setting up tents and cardboard makeshift houses alongside of roads and even in parks. Another thing is that there were a couple of incidences where tourists have been attacked by homeless people by trying to use a public restroom inside a park. So there are dangerous areas that you might want to avoid due to this big homeless problem. So the second reason you might want to consider not moving to Hawaii are the prices. So we all know that Hawaii prices are extremely high compared to other locations around the United States. For example, the average price for a single family home is now well over $1 million. And we're not really talking about any kind of mansion with pools or anything like that. These are just regular homes, maybe 3 to 4 bedroom homes in a suburban area. Another thing is the gas prices. Since everything has to be imported into Hawaii, gas prices have always been high, but due to the recent problems in Ukraine, prices have been increasing. I believe 1 gallon of gas right now is going for about $4.86, which is pretty high and very comparable to California. So trying to rent a place in Hawaii is not any better than buying a place. The average rent for a 2-bedroom house is going for about $2,800 a month. And again, this is not a huge apartment building. This is a regular 2-bedroom with maybe 2 bath or 1.5 bath, and you are perhaps getting 1 parking or 2 parking. So the third reason why you might want to consider not moving to Hawaii is the lack of shops and restaurants we have here on Hawaii. So this is one of my biggest pet peeves. After coming back from a vacation on the mainland, you realize that you have very little choice when it comes down to fast food and places to shop. And just to give you an example of the shops that we do not have on Hawaii, we do not have a Panera, we don't have a Chipotle, we don't have an In-N-Out Burger, we don't have a Shake Shack, and shops like sporting goods stores are no longer available. We do not have a Banana Republic. We do not have an Aldo shoe store. And another thing is the lack of choice for furnitures. This is something that I realized when I was trying to move into my own house. I was interested in purchasing a lot of different furniture that was not available in Hawaii, and which took a very interesting maneuver to ship to Hawaii. So if you are considering moving to Hawaii, make sure you shop for all your favorite furnitures while you're on the mainland before you get here, because that would be one problem that you will be facing. So the fourth reason why you might want to reconsider moving to Hawaii is the traffic situation. So here in Hawaii, we have terrible road conditions. There are potholes everywhere, the roads are poorly paved, and especially after a big rainstorm, there are potholes everywhere. There's also a lack of highways. We only have 3 major highways, the H1, H2, and H3. So if you're going towards the west side of the island, you only have a choice of 1 freeway, which gets horribly backed up during the peak hours, which are from 3 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. So you will be stuck in traffic For a normal drive, if it takes maybe about 40 minutes, you will be definitely stuck in traffic for about an hour and 20. And another traffic problem that we have is in urban areas like in Kaka'ako and Ala Moana. So many condos have gone up recently that there is a serious lack of parking spaces for people who live in these condo spaces that only provide maybe one parking for a 2-bedroom unit. Of course, roads are always congested because there are more cars in the area and there are more people trying to get around town. So the 5th reason why you might not want to move to Hawaii is the weather. Hawaiian weather, yes, of course, is beautiful, but you cannot forget that the sun rays are extremely harsh here. So if you do forget to put on your sunscreen and go out for a couple hours in the sun playing golf or enjoying the beach, you will definitely get burned. And if you are from a nation or a country where you have fair skin, it might be a serious problem for you because a severe skin burn can cause skin cancer. Another issue with the weather is that since due to the recent climate change, we've been having unstable weather where we see a lot of rain in a very short amount of time, which causes landslides and floods in certain parts of the cities. So in the past year, we've had several occasions where we've had alarms on their phones go off because of flash floods, and this is a serious problem that you might want to consider when you are in Hawaii. And since we are talking about the weather, of course, I will mention the fact that since we do have 86-degree weather all throughout the year, if you are a person who enjoys the change of color in the fall and a little bit of chill during the winter months when Christmas is around, that's something that you are not going to find here in Hawaii. We have a very, very set weather all throughout the year. Again, like I said, we have 86 degrees weather all throughout the year. So if you are looking for that little change in season from time to time, then Hawaii is not the place for you. So 6th and the final reason why you might want to consider not moving to Hawaii is the beaches. Of course, we are known to have very beautiful beaches here in Hawaii, but what people don't know about the beaches is that there have been sewage spills and cases where the bacteria have grown so much that authorities have to close the beach. And especially after heavy rains, like I've mentioned before, there have been instances where brown water have been reported and people have been advised to stay out of the water. And while we're on the subject of beaches, there are also beaches where you want to avoid if you're not a very strong swimmer. Some parts of the island have very, very strong currents and very high waves, which could be very dangerous to amateur swimmers. So if you are considering moving to Hawaii and thinking that all the beaches are crystal clear, then you are in for a surprise. So I hope you got some information out of this video to help you determine if moving to Hawaii was the right move for you or not. I'm not saying Hawaii is a bad state. It's just that there are things that you do want to consider when moving to Hawaii because it is a little bit different from other places around the United States. And if I haven't said so already, please hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss any more videos that I put out in the future.